Welcome everyone. Yes, face to the channel. This is who I am. I never intended to put my face here on this channel because I wanted to keep source information that I put out separate from what I do on social media and YouTube. And I kind of wanted to keep it unadulterated and keep distraction from it so that you just heard the information and were not distracted by me or my mannerisms or anything like that. However, I recently had a little change of heart, and I confirmed with my source self, and my source self said it would be beneficial, so I'm doing it. It's going to be a lot easier for me to make videos and not really have to worry about putting a video together and making a video. I'm just going to slap my information up and put it online. So easy peasy. Winner, winner. Okay. All right. So let's dive into the point of my video today. Today, I want to talk about being of service to other source players. Early on, Quartz Crystal mentioned in one of her videos about being service to others. And it is important to remind source players, whatever part of your journey you're on, that you be of service to others in some way. Now, I think initially, I know for myself, initially, I was trying to wake up people around me and let them know what I knew. And I quickly learned that they don't want to hear it. They did not want to hear it. And that rung very true. Quartz Crystal had also mentioned that you can't wake anybody up who doesn't want to be woken up, who's not ready to hear this information. It is like throwing pearls to swine, and it goes right over their head, and they don't want to hear it. No matter how much they're suffering, they just don't want to hear it. They're not resonating with it. It's not vibrating on them. It's not their frequency. They're not going to hear it. So that proved to be challenging to figure out how to service other people. You know, as far as my lifestyle, as far as the foods that I consume, people have been very curious. They asked me a lot. It was very interesting because previously I had been a vegan and I had gone raw, and I had somebody who was very judgmental of my decision doing that. It really bothered her. I remember that. But when I made the change this time around and to be plant-based with still consuming eggs and dairy, the people around me still were very like bewildered by it, even though they knew me as eating no animal products whatsoever and seemed to have less of an issue with it. So it's a very interesting kind of change in how they perceived me. So I knew that I couldn't really wake them up, but they've always been curious since I've stepped on this path, and even sharing, you know, that I no longer consume alcohol and don't kill bugs and things like that, and what they knew of me from before 2016, how I conducted myself has been a change. So I try to be consistent in that respect, even though they are not ready to hear the true reason as to why I've made the changes in my life. I continue to maintain consistency about who I am in their presence when I am around them. So that's one way I try to help them, you know, and it's my loved ones, but I don't get consumed by it. Now, the other thing is putting this channel out, making this channel, putting information out. That is how I am service to others. In the past, I have wanted to put videos out that probably were more about me, subconsciously, more about my ego and being somewhat frustrated with people who were not getting it, you know. And that's where I had to evaluate what I was putting out, because I was trying to wake people up. I was seeing them suffer. I was frustrated at the attempts that I was putting forth. And then I had to look at that and be like, yeah, I'm not supposed to be frustrated by this. And it's not my job. It's not my job. It's not my job to wake them up. It's not my job to wake them up, but it is responsibility to help and encourage. So that's where this channel kind of just organically came from. So we are all unique. We all have different talents. We all have different abilities. We all have different passions. And we're good in some areas that other source players may not be. And that's where I would encourage you to tap into your innate abilities, your talents, the things that make you feel alive, and figure out how you can use that to be of service to others. I have another channel that I'm going to launch, that I'm starting to kind of put a little bit of content on. You know, I do some things on other social media platforms, and that is going to be something else that I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to stop making videos here. I will put these out because this is completely different. But I do want to also be of service in a way where I can show other source players how I cook, how I prepare things without using animals. You know, I mean, I use dairy, I use eggs, but still, even if you don't, I can kind of show my way of doing things, and that's it. It's not, I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm just putting my spin on it. So that's part of where I'm fulfilling my requirement to be of service to others, so that you know, it helped unlock some frequency shift within me. There are different ways that we unlock different frequency levels for ourselves, and being of service is part of that because it's going to hold you back if you're not. The other thing is making financial contribution, being of service in that respect. Now, I am not referring to myself. It's not my intention to make anybody think that I'm saying you should contribute to me financially. What I am suggesting is for yourself. This is something that I am suggesting for yourself. If you have not contributed to the original winner, the winner of the game, okay, the original quartz crystal, if you have not contributed to her, it is to your benefit. It is to your, it's only going to be of use to you to contribute to her. You don't have to give a large contribution. It's $25 nominal contribution to fulfill that frequency, to fulfill that energy exchange that you need in order to unlock any frequencies within you. I don't know what part in your journey you're in, but if you haven't done it, you need to do it. And I recommend you do that. And if you're a Patreon of hers, better, you know, and if not, just you give a contribution one time. I'm just reminding that because if you are seeing somebody here, if you're seeing me or you're seeing a different source player and you have not seen her channel and you're just hearing all this stuff for the first time, that's the person you should really be making the contribution to, because she's the highest frequency, the most accomplished. If you talk about the highest frequency, most accomplished, best skilled source player, then it'd be her. And that's who you should be giving contribution to. Okay. Of course, if you choose to support any source player that is giving you value, then do as you feel. That's it. That's really it. I'm going to continue doing this, and that's it. There are other source players. There is Free Floating Air Balloon. He makes uplifting music with positive, encouraging, uplifting lyrics. I contribute to his Patreon, It's this nominal small contribution, but I contribute to him because I appreciate the music that he puts out. He also has a channel for source truth information. So there's that. There's another source player that has a channel that makes videos, and I subscribe to that channel and I support and I like and all that. So I do try to support source players that I am aware of in other ways. Now, I haven't been in the Quartz Crystals Patreon page for a few years. I haven't been a member of that. So if you've ever seen me, if you're from the earlier days, like 2016, you might have remembered me. You might remember me. I had different color hair back then, but nevertheless, you may have seen me in there at some point contributing in my earlier time on my path. So that's really where I'm at now. I'm just doing what I think is useful to others. And yeah, so when I am ready to really launch the food cooking channel on YouTube, I will, of course, update you here so that you can subscribe. And I'm also going to put my TikTok link below so you can see that, because I'm a little more active on TikTok, especially with cooking and things like that, so that you can kind of follow if you want. And yeah, that's pretty much about it, I think. And I'll see you next video. Until the next update, stay well and all the best, and thank you.